Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids, and in this video I'm going to be talking about an online survey that I posted a few days ago asking you guys and girls, the viewers, to take part and answer a few questions about your current and future smartphone. A big thank you to everyone who took part. 65 of you responded in just a few days, and I'm going to cover off the answers in this very video. Now, the first question was, what type of smartphone do you use? So your current smartphone. And there was a mix of answers between Google Android, Apple iPhone, and also a few Windows Phone users in there as well. Percentage wise, 55% of you using an Apple iPhone, 40% on Google Android, and just 5% on Windows Phone. The next question, what was the main influence in your choice of mobile phone? So we've got a mix here of performance, interface, and also features. And probably the most prevailing answer from all of these was in fact features. Features are very important to you when choosing your mobile phone. There were a few people that answered loyalty, and they were both Apple users as well. Next up, I asked another question, which is, what are the 3 most important features that made you decide to buy your current mobile phone? We've got a mix here, a real mix. Things like quality of apps, smoothness, build quality, ease of use, efficiency, the camera, mobile internet, music, build quality comes up again. And overall, when I've gone through all of these responses, it seems that the actual selection of apps seems to be the most important overall. That was the answer that came up most. Then I asked for your feedback on the 3 things that you disliked most about your current mobile phone. And again, we've got a mix of responses. We've got things like short battery life, small screen, high price, not being able to choose when I upgrade my OS to a newer version. That comes from an Android user. Then we've got things like touch keyboard too small, lack of upgrades, processor, lack of support, doesn't work well with other products. But the main thing that came out of the dislike answers was the screen size, and that was from Apple iPhone users, and a mix of responses from different platforms, all not happy with the battery life. So it seems that what we need to look at for future upgrades is a lot of people switching devices to get that bigger screen, and what people want most is manufacturers to really concentrate on improving battery life on our devices. Next question I asked was, do you normally buy your smartphone on contract or as an outright purchase? Again, a mix of responses, but most people tend to buy their mobile phones via contract. So we've got a cheaper upfront cost, or often a free mobile phone, and either an 18-month or a 2-year contract normally. And then asking people, what will be your next smartphone? So a lot of people saying Apple iPhone, a lot of people saying Google Android, and a few more people saying they are going to give Windows Phone a try. Now, I'm assuming that those Windows Phone switchers will be waiting for Windows Phone 8 to come out before they switch. The next question I asked was to do with screen size. If we just move over to this next column, and that is, what do you think the ideal screen size is for a mobile phone? A lot of people surprisingly saying 3.5 to 3.9 inches, but the most requested or most ideal phone size in the answers were 4 to 4.5 inches. So people thinking that that 4 to 4.5 inches is the ideal screen size. There were a few people saying 4.5 inches plus. I think that equated to round about 7 or 8 people saying they would like that larger screen size. Now the next question was, with your next phone, will you be switching platforms? Now, a lot of people saying no, they're going to be staying with what they're on, and a lot of people saying they're switching from iPhone to a Google phone, but the same amount roughly saying they're going to be switching back or switching from a Google Android phone to Apple iOS. Some people sticking with their iPhone, and some people waiting to really see what size the iPhone 5 screen is going to be before they make their decision. Next up, I asked for 2 answers on this one, which was, what 2 features would you like to see manufacturers improve in future devices? Now, I think it's going to be an obvious answer here, but I'll run through some of them. We've got things like battery life, better camera, better signal, better Wi-Fi, non-connective charging, very interesting answer there, a native note app, better keyboard size, faster processors, call quality, screen resolution, but again the main answer that came back here was better battery life. So again, very important. People are annoyed with their mobile phone battery running out too early on during the day. And then a couple of just closing questions just to find out about voice applications and the most used application. I asked if people actually use the voice features in their mobile phone. A lot of people saying no, some saying yes, but the primary answer here was no, not really. One person citing that it needs a data connection, which is a shame. And so overall, yeah, just a mix of answers, but primarily people aren't using the voice features on their mobile phone. I think this has got to do with really manufacturers needing to improve this a great deal before it becomes really useful. And the last question I asked was, what is your most used app? And there was a mix of answers here from Facebook, Pulse, Dropbox, Twitter, Safari, TomTom, Rightmove, Instagram, BillPayer, Flipboard, Tweetbot, Twitter, GoSMS, and there are a few more sort of Twitter answers as well. And Twitter really did come out on top in this question as being the most popular application that you use on either Google Android, Windows Phone 7 or Apple iOS. So really interesting survey and a real mix of answers. The thing that came out to me as sort of a real trend in the answers were people wanting better battery life, Twitter as being the most important or most used app to people, and people looking to switch between platforms either from Google Android to iOS or the other way around, and a few more people actually looking forward to Windows Phone 8, and that includes me as well. So that's a great survey. Thank you to everyone who took part, and I will see you all in the next video.